Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a fellow gardening friend. Okay, I just realized like my pink shirt, all the colors I'm wearing don't go with the direction of my fall containers. We are going to be working on a trio of containers up front here. We're going to be utilizing some of the plants that are already in the containers. We're going to be removing some. We're going to be adding in fall annuals. And then at the very end, I'm going to be placing a lot of pumpkins and gourds to kind of fill in the space and make it a massive focal point in the front garden. Okay, this front garden faces north, and there is a trio of planters here. It's kind of hard to see. We've got some existing plants in here like the diamond frost euphorbia, which I would like to keep, the leopard plant or ligularia, I can never say it right. There's also a snapdragon. I might cut that back and still leave it in there, maybe some creeping jenny. Probably going to pull the Gerber daisy, but let's do a little bit of cleanup, see what we're working with. I might go ahead and put my pumpkins in first. I've got a lot of pumpkins over here. These are all from Walmart, got them for $5 each. These two are from Covington's Nursery, and I got them for $12.99 each, and they are big. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So definitely have some planters over here. And I planted these up for the spring, and then I didn't really touch them after that. I haven't messed with them much at all. There are daffodils tucked in here. There's a lot of different stuff. And I want to start by pulling out this Gerber daisy. Oh man, it's grown in there really well though. This might be tough. I'm trying to be a little ginger because I don't want to mess with my back too much. I think I need a hoary-hoary knife. Alright, got a hoary-hoary knife. Alright. I kind of just broke off at the surface. I don't really feel like I got much of the plant, so I'm going to come in here and do a little sign. Move some of that. Oh yeah, that goes down there pretty good. Alright. Also got some creeping jenny that I cut back up front and a dianthus. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the dianthus. And I'm pretty sure that this right here, that I'm going to rotate this entire container. So let's do that. And that will allow me to take the diamond frost euphorbia to the other side where there's more space. And then it also allows me to open up this area a little more. So in here I had geraniums and that I had grown from seed and some creeping jenny. So we're just going to go ahead and pull all that out. I think the creeping jenny actually is coming from the planter behind. So let's go back there. Okay. So I think with this planter, I am going to go ahead and pull out the snapdragon. Just be done with it. I was very lucky in that it lasted multiple seasons for me. And I'm also going to pull out this creeping jenny as well because I do have some ivy over the side. All right, next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out some of these blooms, some of these leaves from the leopard plant that are coming really far forward. Just kind of make it easier to see the plants that are in here. Because there's a lot of new growth down here. I actually think I'm going to take quite a few of these out. See all this new growth down there? I don't like that guy or that guy. Okay. Good. Feels good. All right, I feel like this guy is sloping quite a bit. So I'm going to push its rock further up under it. Prop it up a little bit. Like that. Got all this ivy right here, which is lovely. I'm going to go ahead probably and trim the edge of it, the tips of it, so that it doesn't get too long and reach the ground, and then it would start spreading. So I'm just coming down here, grabbing a handful, and then just cutting it, just like that, to shorten it so I don't have issues with it spreading. Okay, so pumpkins are actually going to be a big part of this design. I don't know if I'm on screen or not with you guys. Pumpkins are a big part of this design. They're not necessarily going to be in the containers. They are part of the containers. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing some of my pumpkins and placing them. I'm going to place my more generic standard pumpkins towards the back and my cooler pumpkins in front. I'm also selecting larger pumpkins to go towards the back and smaller ones to the front so that they have more of a stacked or tall to front, tall to short look to them. Now I know a lot of people will come in and like clean their pumpkins off, make them all shiny and stuff. I don't stress about it. And you see how I'm working them into the design and they're becoming part of the design. I'm obsessed with this one right here. Overlapping to make sure that they interact with one another. And then of course they're overlapping with the containers. And I really do enjoy like tucking this kind of stuff in. So even though this pumpkin is slightly covered, it's part of the effect in my personal opinion. I think I'm going to bring this one forward a little bit, right around there. Okay, yeah, really like this effect. Now, you might ask why I'm doing the pumpkins first. It's because they bring a lot of color and texture to the design, and I want to see where that color and texture is going to be prior to placing the plants, because once the plants are planted, it's harder. They can move around and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and start figuring out where the plants are going to go. Now, my showstopper plant I did not grow from seed. In fact, this is on my no-grow list for next year. But for this particular container, I think it's going to work good. This is a Sunfinity, I think Saturn sunflower by Proven Winners. And this guy is large and in charge, and I think it's going to be the wow factor I need. Now, it's sitting up probably 14 inches taller than it actually will in the design. So it will come to about this height, which I think is appropriate for still giving me privacy on my porch, but still allowing to see the cool decorations that I put up for Halloween. All right, I think towards the back of here, I'm going to work a purple fountain grass that I did grow from seed. It's going to disguise the leopard plant a little bit because I don't really feel like that goes with my styling that I currently have for my fall designs. But I think it also kind of bridges the height between the sunflowers and the purple fountain grass. Now, I'm not usually a huge fan of Angelonia but I thought its height and color works really well to brighten my fall palette a little bit. And you can see now I've got a stair step height experience. And I think this is really needed to fill in that mid space before going low on the designs. Okay, I think I like the Angeloni a little better right there. All right, and I think I'm going to tuck in a kale, ornamental kale there. Next I have some mosaic coleus that I grew from seed. Love that color combination a lot. Okay, and then before we get too far, I wanted to show you this hanging basket that I picked up from Covington's. Now, it has 4 plants in here. This basket was $35, which is not a small amount. However, smaller versions of these plants were each $14.99 at Covington's. And that's pricey, y'all. And so what I thought, instead of buying 4 plants at $14.99 that were smaller, less full than these, I thought, well, I'll just buy the hanging basket and take it apart. So let's do that. There we go. All right, I'm just going to lay this on its side. Looks like there's actually 5 plants in here. And I'm just going to go in gently with my hands and start dividing out some of these. I'm going to use my hoary knife for that division. Just let me gently pull this out. So there's one plant. There's a second plant. I love these fall petunias so much. The color is glorious. There's 3 plants. And so yeah, it looks like there were 5 plants in this planter. So look at that. I'm pretty happy with that. Each of these would have been $14.99 and they're smaller than this. They're smaller than this. So I thought buying that at $34.99, now I've got 5 larger scale plants to work with. So these are going to be something that's going to blend the color tones between the pumpkins and the rest of the floral design, rest of the design. Yeah, the rest of the planter design. So let me put some of these in place so you can see what it looks like. All right, and then there would be one more petunia over here that I put towards the front if I can fit it. Okay, I like it. These are going to be some pretty large and in charge containers. This is going to be quite the focal point in my front garden. So we're going to go ahead and start planting, and we're going to use Biotone as a fertilizer in each of them. So let's get started. All right, let's get in here. So I was talking with some of my patrons about my front porch containers right behind me. And how they are still beautiful, and I hesitate to take them apart. I've got a bucket here that I'm going to dig out soil, because I'm going to have to dig out quite a bit of soil to get these Sunfinity sunflowers in here. So I'm kind of thinking on these containers on my front porch that I'm not going to change them out for fall. Instead, what I'm going to do is add some faux floral picks and branches and stuff that will get them to lean towards fall a little more, because their colors aren't necessarily fall, because they've got pinks and purples and reds. So I'm wondering about tucking in some really great pumpkins, some dried elements. I think might be really fun. Now I have to be careful how deep I go down in here because I'm pretty sure I have bulbs in here. This guy's going to be hard. Oh, and he's been in his container a long time. I think these are definitely like summer plants. So I'm going to put them on a side. Go and make a few cuts, not too many. Sunflowers don't really like to have their roots disturb too much. I'm going to be messy today, y'all. Okay. All right. Let's start. Let me come to the front and see what that looks like. I'm not going to lie, I think it looks glorious. Okay. But we're definitely going to have to basically shove it in here. All right, before I get too far, this petunia into the space with some soil back in here. We're going to have to water this all in real well. Sun-credible Saturn sunflowers are a branching sunflower with bright yellow petals and a striking orange-red halo around the center. They grow 24 to 36 inches tall, blooms continuously all summer, and thrives in full sun as an annual in most zones. Super Cal Premium Cinnamon Petunia is a warm cinnamon orange blooms with a velvety texture and excellent weather tolerance. They grow 10 to 14 inches tall and spread up to 20 inches, thriving in full sun for non-stop summer color. Super Cal Premium French Vanilla Petunia has creamy, pale yellow flowers with a soft, elegant look that hold up in heat and rain, reaches 10 to 14 inches tall, and spreads nicely in beds or containers in full sun. Fairway Mosaic Coleus is a compact coleus with multicolored leaves splashed in red, green, and yellow. Grows 8 to 10 inches tall, ideal for borders, edging, and containers, and prefers partial shade. Purple fountain grass has graceful burgundy foliage and purple-red plumes that add dramatic movement to gardens. Reaching 3 to 5 feet tall, thrives in full sun, and is hardy in zones 9 through 11, but grown as an annual elsewhere. Okay, I am going to tuck in this Lantana New Gold here. This is not the ideal location for Lantana New Gold. It's a little shady, but I got it for a good price. If it ends up making it, I can always move it to another location for the future. But I really feel like I need this pop of like golden color in here. Like that. I just need a little bit of that gold color to complement the sunflowers up high. New Gold Lantana is a compact mounding lantana with clusters of bright yellow golden flowers that bloom all season. Heat and drought tolerant, perfect for pollinators, and hardy in zones 9 through 11. Alright, and I'm sure those of you who see me do a lot of containers over the years are laughing because once again, I'm shoving a ton of stuff into these containers. Purple Angelonia has spikes of purple, snapdragon-like blooms that handle heat and humidity with ease. It grows 12 to 18 inches tall, thrives in full sun, and blooms non-stop until frost. Ornamental kale is grown for its colorful, ruffled leaves in shades of white, pink, and purple that intensify in cool weather. Compact rosettes reach 12 to 18 inches tall and are perfect for fall and winter displays. Okay, I'm feeling it. Very full, very lush, totally goes with my cottage style garden. See how important that prop of purple is in there? If that purple wasn't there, it would all blend together. Same thing with the little touch of yellow down low to tie in with the sunflowers. And then of course, all of the pumpkins. I mean, yeah, I love it, y'all. Totally obsessed with it. Okay, let's water it in real good. All right, y'all. I'm going to use a pretty intense stream if you're watering these in so I can really kind of settle some of the plants. Or some of the soil, that's what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to water these tonight and then come back in tomorrow and water them tomorrow morning and water them again. I always love doing containers and then seeing what does well, because it doesn't always go well. I just want to be upfront about that. Dividing up these petunias was a little bit of a risk, but I think I got a lot of bang for my buck, so I'm really hoping it works out well. Sunfinity sunflowers don't like their roots messed with much, so that was also a risk. So it'll be fun to see how these do. Hope y'all enjoyed that. That was fun. They're all a little worn down with water. I'm excited to see how they do in the next few days. I would love to fill in. I feel like I need one more pumpkin right here to kind of get the full effect of what I'm going for. But I love all the pumpkins clustered together to make a bigger focal point as opposed to spreading them out. So keep that in mind. If you can't buy a lot of pumpkins like me, just buy a few. Put them together in a trio or whatever and draw more of a focal point to them. I think will work really nice. All right, y'all, have you started your fall containers? If so, let me know. We still have several fall containers to do. The next ones I need to do are to this side. There's one over here and there's a small one over here that need to be taken care of. So that'll be another video coming up, which will be really fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed this today. Let me know about your fall containers and planters and how far along you are with that. As always, make sure you like and comment on the video. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow the video and my channel so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below, letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and you say hi. And be sure to check me out in my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. It is all things She's Mad Gardener, all things gardening. Great group of people, really enjoy chatting with each other. Some of us are chatting on a daily basis, which is really nice. There's a free tier you can join in under, and there are additional paid tiers. The higher up you are in the tiers, the more access you get, including lives, exclusive videos, group chats, and photo sharing, which the photo sharing is my absolute favorite. However, lives has been pretty fun as well. So we have our next one coming up on September 24th, and I'll be sharing all the seeds that I purchased from Seed Therapy with those patrons. All right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.